Hi everyone, Nick here. In today's lesson, I'm going to give you a few tips on how to learn vocabulary effectively and how to use it, right? First, it's important to learn vocabulary in a context that is specific to certain situations or topics. So for example, today we're talking about daily life and daily routines. So that is the topic. And your mind learns and memorizes more effectively when it puts something into a category, when it puts it into a box, if you like, or into a context. That's how we learn. We learn according to a context. So pick contexts and topics that are really common, that you're going to use in your life, that you're going to talk about, that people like to talk about. So I would suggest you pick a topic for a week and you focus just on that topic. Or you can pick a topic for a month if you want. It depends on your level. If you're a higher level, you might want to work faster. Maybe you are really quick at memorizing. Maybe you're a bit slower. We're all different, right? We all learn at different paces. So it depends on your own style. But for example, one topic for 1 week, especially if you've got an IELTS exam coming, or something like that. Pick a topic for 1 week. For example, daily routines, might be travel, could be food, it could be politics, it could be the environment. And then you just focus on learning words from that topic. So I would suggest just learn up to about 10 words. Don't learn too many. About 10 words for 1 week. 5 to 10 words even, not too many. We don't want too many to try and remember. How do we learn these words? Where do we find them? So this is when we go into a really useful method. This is what I suggest. The 3 really important parts to learning vocabulary effectively are, number 1, expose. Expose yourself. So that means expose yourself to English as much as possible to find these new words. So especially through listening. I think listening is one of the best ways to do this, particularly if you're a higher level. So listen to English conversations. If you can't do this in real everyday life, in real time, then you should try to find conversations online, recorded conversations of native speakers talking, or interviews on YouTube. Find your favorite singers or your favorite actors or your favorite sports people and look for an interview with these people. Now, it might be a bit challenging if you're a lower level. You can use the subtitles maybe or transcripts. You can also use TED.com if you want to really stretch yourself and challenge yourself. TED.com is a great resource for listening to short speeches. But also conversations are even better because this is more conversational English. So you pick a topic for the week, you expose yourself to that topic. You can also read articles online, read blogs, read the newspaper, read the news, and listen. So watch a TV show, watch a short TV show, just a short one, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, on Netflix, for example, which is a really great place to find TV episodes. And then listen for new words. If you don't understand a new word, the next part is to record. So number 2 is to record. So you need to write it down. If you just hear the word and go, oh, okay, that's a new word for me. For example, end up doing something. Oh, that's a new phrasal verb. Great. What happens then? Usually you just forget it, right? You need to record it in the moment. So find a way that works for you. I think writing down is a very powerful way to remember something, even if you just write it down once. Recording it is really important, writing it down. And then you've got to use it. Of course, the most important point, use it. Don't just forget about it. So firstly, say it. Say the word out loud, and then make a sentence with this word. Try to make a sentence without writing first because we want to train your brain to practice speaking. You have probably done a lot of writing at school and in college and learning English through writing and reading. I'm sure many of you have done it that way. So your brain is already accustomed to that and used to doing that. But you should practice training your brain to just speak first before writing. So try and make a sentence with this new word. So here are some important points when you're practicing using these new words. Using flashcards. So a flashcard is a small card, and on the front you have the word, the new word or the phrasal verb. And sometimes on the back you can have the meaning of this. You can write the meaning of it. Or you can even put the translation in your language. So what you do with these flashcards is you cut them up and you put them somewhere, maybe next to your bed or in your kitchen. And every day in the morning you get up, you take out a flashcard and you make a sentence with this word. If you see the word on the front, you make a sentence. Or you can look at the meaning and try to remember the word. Or you can just try to remember the meaning. But it's important to make a sentence. You should do this every day. It's just fun. It's easy. Have a pot somewhere, a little cup or a holder near your bed or near your couch, and do this every day, just on the topic that you are focusing on for that week or that month. Another great exercise to practice your vocabulary is use fluency cards. So this is similar. You have a card, but you have a topic on this card. So it might be hobbies, or it might be travel, or daily routines. And then you have to speak on this topic for 1 or 2 minutes, but you have to try and use the phrasal verbs or the vocabulary you have been learning. So write down maybe 3 or 4 or 6 words and phrasal verbs, and in those 2 minutes, try to use them in your conversation or in your speech. It's important to use the word or the phrasal verb in different tenses. Practice using it in different tenses. So for example, from today, you've learned some phrasal verbs about daily life. One of them is throw on, okay? Throw on your clothes, throw on your shoes, quickly put on your clothes. So that is the base tense, that is the present tense. Every morning I throw on my jacket and go to work. All right? How about the past? Yesterday I threw on my jacket and I left for work, or I went to work. Present perfect. For example, I have just thrown on my shirt. I have just thrown on my shoes and I'm ready to go. So it just happened recently, close to now. Present perfect. Thrown on. Thrown on. Of course, future, I will throw on, or I'm going to throw on. But especially the 3 verb forms you should practice using. Throw on, threw on, thrown on. Right? So especially for irregular verbs, because it's important to remember each verb form. So practice using it in different tenses. Challenge yourself to talk about the present, then to talk about the past, then to talk about the present perfect. The most effective way to learn new vocabulary and make it part of your speaking life, so it becomes natural to you, is to use all the senses, right? To see it, see the new word in a text somewhere, actually see it, to hear it, so hear it in conversations, hear it in online audios or interviews, and to speak it, to actually use it. And of course, write it, as I said, speaking it and writing it. So just remember, expose yourself as much as possible, record it, write it down, or speak it into a recorder, and use it. Make a sentence. All right, so today is your practice in doing that, improving your vocabulary. So use the phrasal verbs, use the flashcards, and come into the Facebook group to practice with everyone else. And I'll see you there. See you soon.